That theme song, huh? Every time. Hi,
Mhm.
everyone. Welcome back to A Roll of Adventure. As always, I am your illustrious dungeon master, Zolora. Um, and why don't I have my little players here introduce themselves, starting with Briston.
Hi, I'm Briston. I play for Sepha, a water genasi. Josie.
Hi, I am Josie. I play Elodine, a fire genasi, and D.
Hi, I'm Dee. I play Teo, a Kalishtar warlock. James.
Hi, I'm James. I play Zylar Brosley, an Asimir Ranger. And then we also have Jace, who isn't here currently right now. They also play they're our medic, our Asimir cleric, named Israel. But hopefully they'll be able to join in soon. Zell, back to you.
All right, that was the cleanest introduction yet.
I think so, yeah.
I think we got it, guys. All right, we can end stream. We're good.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna fuck it up for you. My cat stepped in my coffee.
Oh no!
no.
Literally in my cup.
Oh no.
And
Sounds
now
like
I
something
have
Binks would
coffee
do.
on the couch.
Yeah.
I feel for you.
All right,
My
it's
poor cat.
ruined. Intro. Cut it. We're done. We're done.
Okay, hold on,
See you guys
hold on,
next
hold
time.
on.
Restart,
Hold on.
restart, run it back.
Restarting. Thank you for watching. Hang on. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that.
We're good. We're good.
We're good. Coffee, cat in the
All
coffee.
right. Hi guys, it's Roll of Adventure with less cats and coffee.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we're here with episode 7, Aftermath. To give a quick recap, last time the party met with one of the leaders of the Scrappers Union, who gave them a task if they want to get into the good graces. Find a slave control unit for the rumored automaton workforce that one of the Tricordia, the 3 corporations that rule the city, is developing to replace their worker. If you can find that and bring it to them, you'll be in the good graces of the Scrappers Union, at least in Sarai O'Malley's camp. She's the one who wants change at the end of the torch. After that, the party decided to follow up on a lead they found, or a rumor they overheard about a jailbreak at the White Rose Theocrats Church. To, quote, observe, but not get involved.
We did pretty well with that. We did pretty well with that.
We did.
Ignore those dead
So
bodies.
good,
Ignore those
right?
dead bodies.
2 of us died, but we're alive now. And for some reason, they didn't lock us up.
Make a long battle short, the party escaped barely.
They kind of showed a bit of grace for us. Thank you.
Yeah. And with that, the party returned home and will open up on the morning after that event. Music here. Everyone,
roll initiative.
If you haven't already, yeah, roll initiative. Butler is tired of your shit already.
19.
Okay. So you all had a long rest. If you haven't clicked that button, you can go ahead and click that button. But you all wake up battered, bruised, sore. The marks on you, like the bruises. Healing has been given, but there's still bruises, there's still marks, there's still scratches. Because you're not going to waste a bunch of healing magic to clean up the bruise, kind of a thing. When a good night's rest takes care of it. So, you guys have gathered around the breakfast table, kind of mulling over the events of last night. When Butler approaches you guys. Masters, a guest has arrived.
Do they have a name?
Yes, it is Director Ford.
Oh.
Josie, I'm not hearing you. Sorry.
It would help if I hadn't muted myself.
Thank you. Yeah.
Who is it? And
Director
you said the
Ford.
director for it? You didn't just let him in here, did you? We're not.
Are they in our like waiting room or foyer?
He steps in behind Butler. I don't need to be kept waiting for my own team's chateau.
No.
Hey, boss. What's
Hey,
up?
boss.
Good morning.
I mean, he couldn't even let us like actually get out of bed.
He has like dark glasses on, like sunglasses on, and he is putting a flask back in his coat.
You want
Y'all
some
look
coffee?
like shit.
Yeah, so do you. Do you want some coffee, Butler? Can we do a coffee run?
Yeah, Butler, make us some coffee.
I will prepare coffee for everyone here.
Thank you, Butler.
Butler saunters off
Thanks,
to
Ryan.
the kitchen.
Thanks, Spencer.
I'm gonna give this droid DID. Yeah, Director Ford looks at over all of you. So, did you have a fun first night?
What'd you hear?
Define fun.
Yeah.
Well, to answer your question, what I heard, usually when I get orders from up top to come bring your marching orders here, I'm given a docket, a dossier, with all the information needed for your job, where you go, and expected time of return so I can meet you at the dock soon. Return. Do you know what I got this morning? He holds up a
No.
single letter.
I mean, none of us are psychics,
What?
so no.
He
What is
holds up
this?
a what?
Let's see the
Orders
dossier.
from Adam.
Oh,
for
Adam,
you
how's he doing?
all to meet him.
Oh, we'll find out ourselves.
Ooh,
The CEO's
that sounds
office.
really special.
I don't know what you guys did last night, but judging by how you look and the way this letter is very strongly worded, you did a lot.
We did. That's correct. I mean, you're not wrong.
Right place, right time, wrong people.
Mhm.
We're the wrong people.
Exactly.
Just I would like to remind you that your actions also reflect on me as I am your handler.
Then you will know that our actions try to save as many people as possible, and that should reflect properly.
Personally, I don't care. You do what you do. I'm not your father. I'm not your lord. Just don't get caught. Professionally, God, I want to smack each of you upside your head. But I won't, because that's an HR thing, and I don't want to deal with HR.
To
But-
be kind to our handler, Elodine is going to fill him in on what happened. I'm not gonna like go over it, but I will tell him.
Yeah. We went to go see the sights, check out the cathedral. We overheard something. We try to save as many innocent
Shit
people as we
happens,
could,
man.
and then just get just stop it as best as we could, because that's the type of people.
So
Well-
here's the most important thing. Did you mention the head in your freezer?
No, I would not say that.
Okay.
Well, I
Good.
also didn't mention that we went to the. Okay, yeah. Let's
Unless-
be very clear about that.
Yeah.
We met with the protesting people on purpose. I'll admit that. We went to the cathedral for funsies and
We overheard.
witnessed the stuff that happened and wrongly included ourselves.
You finish
And
your
no-
explanation of this. You finish your explanation, and Butler returns with a tray of coffees, and he takes the coffee, and opens his flask and pours the contents of the flask into the coffee, and he kind of downs the whole thing at once. Oh, this is gonna be a long morning. All right.
Do we have any
First-
alcohol in the chateau?
Butler included it, a selection of fine morning whiskeys with the coffees for your.
I want to grab a bottle to hand to our handler to refill his flask. Then, if
Yeah,
we
he
just
takes
watch
it.
it dump him out, like we've got stuff
Yeah,
here for you.
He quickly takes it, and he doesn't bother refilling his flask. He kind of just, like slips it into his coat.
Wonderful.
Anyway, so I appreciate you telling me what happened. Wish you didn't, but now I know. So now I guess I'm complicit as well. Here's the thing. do not admit to any of that when we go to the office.
Got it.
Even if it's true, even if the other people know, do not admit any of it.
We were merely bystanders trying to help out.
You were in the
Exactly.
area. That was it.
Understood?
All right. Well, I guess let's get this shit show over with.
Butler, thank you for making these coffees to go. You are amazing.
Butler nods. I live to serve.
Yep.
We really do need to find one of those, like, control panels for him.
I'm going to go back to writing my manifesto, and then he saunters off to his study.
Wonderful. We get to
What
read
did
it
he
sometime
just
soon.
say?
Yes, his manifesto.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys told him to write his instruction manual, but he's programming won't let him, so he's instead writing a manifesto.
That's right.
Okay.
Whether or not he knows what that means, you're unsure.
I'm concerned.
We have requested to read it before it becomes published, or anything like that, with anything else. So
Gotcha.
we do get to make sure that that's not bad. It won't lead to any robotic revolutions or uprisings or anything.
Honestly, the
Sure,
least
sure.
concerning thing we've done on this planet so far.
True. Yeah.
And this is
Discover your
only
own
day 2,
independence.
so...
We're a whirlwind. Let's go talk with Adam.
All right. Director Ford leads you all through the complex that Saber Corp has, and brings you to the giant pyramid that is the HQ, through the lobby, into the executive elevator, and you go up to once more to the CEO penthouse office.
Is that man there?
Oh yeah.
I was going to
Okay.
say, luckily, when the door opened, you don't feel like death, because Nigel was
Hey.
there.
I was about to scream again if I have to go through that.
No, Nigel is not there. But as you walk into the kind of the waiting area outside the office, there is a collection of folks. In addition to the CEO's secretary at her desk doing her job, sitting in the chairs, you see 2 like fully armored white rose theocrats.
Ooh, they are
they're-
there.
Their armor looks different from the paladin you fought last night. It looks sleek, more kind of muted. It doesn't have like bright embolizations of the white rose, but it's still kind of like a black and white armor. They have full helmet masks down. They look, for all intents and purposes, as elite. You walk in, they simply look at you, almost as if they're clocking you, and then they go back to their whispered conversation.
Ooh.
Also standing rather menacingly in the corner is another member of the Hound Pack. And you can recognize this because they have that same kind of suit that Adam wears with the symbol, with the pin on the lapel. And while this man looks as big as Adam, Adam's presence is hard to remember. This man's presence is easy to remember. He is bulky, wide, very muscle bound, very square head, and you can see it where there's exposed skin, very prominent stitches. Kind of imagine the classic version of Frankenstein's monster. That's kind of what he looks like, but in like a pale human skin.
Okay.
He simply looks at you, gives you a slight head nod, and then goes back to his silent watch.
Oh, we got a head nod. Okay.
All right. Nod back. Can I do a perception check to see if I can hear what the whispered conversation? The whispered
Sure, yeah,
conversation?
go right
Like
ahead.
make anything out or anything like that?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
everyone wants to do that, you can go ahead.
Absolutely.
17?
Gotcha.
Oh, 5.
Hey, not 20.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Right.
15.
Okay. Elodie is the only one who doesn't hear the whispering, unfortunately.
He just looks around the room like, man,
Yeah,
it's really
try
nice
not to
in
make
here."
eye contact with the clearly elite soldiers.
Just hopes. Is the
the
one who killed me here?
the rest of you, what languages do you guys speak?
I speak Common and Primordial.
Okay.
Common and Elvish.
Okay.
Celestial, Common, Gnomish, and Narakiso demonic.
I speak Little Gnomish.
I speak Dwarvish and Infernal, but it doesn't matter.
I almost feel like Persephone could like understand Gnomish, but not necessarily speak it right now.
How many?
It's been like 5 days, really.
Wow, this.
I'm at 49 days. I left. I am keeping
Never
track.
mind. Never mind.
She's,
Okay.
she's at the point where it's like "Donde está la biblioteca?" with but in Gnomish.
Never mind. The whole real time versus in game time is
Yeah.
mess with me.
Yeah, no. If this were real time, I would have known this last year.
You would be
Yeah.
proficient. You would be like that would be your main language. It would be your primary language now.
Yeah.
James.
Mhm.
Oh my god, I suddenly forgot. Zyler. You pick up the conversation because they are speaking in Celestial.
Ooh.
And as you kind of, stand with your back to them, talking to you amongst your party, you kind of perk your ear up, and they're speaking. The Third Crusade has not returned from the Grove yet. Do you think the Grand Master will be concerned? No. If we do not return, then they are not in Renar's graces. Perhaps the Second Crusade can follow on, retrieving bodies. They were carrying some artifacts. Yes, well, business here could be concluded. We can discuss it with the Grand Master then. Agreed. It seems they're just talking like mundane work talk.
Okay.
All right.
I did hear something about an artifact, maybe, and kind of keep it in the head to bring up when they leave. Because this sounds like it's very much along our line of work as well.
Right. Ford returns after talking to the secretary and goes, you all are being called into the office. Remember, you were in the area. You didn't do anything.
Got it.
In the area, didn't do anything.
In the air.
And with that, Ford takes a seat next to the large, stoic member of the Hound Pack in the corner. And you kind of hear him say, "How's it going, Roy?" And he kind of slaps him on the chest, and Roy just nods at Ford. And you guys are now, the secretary now gestures for you guys to enter the office.
Cool.
Heads right in.
I open the door and enter in.
All right. So when you walk in, you see standing in front of the desk in a fine brown suit, arms crossed, a look of annoyance and anger on his face, is Charles Whitaker, the CEO of Saber, the Earth Genasi with the gem hair and everything. Standing kind of behind and to the side is Adam, as always, the very large, muscle-bound man who looks like the sum average of every human male ever, and it's very hard to remember. And then sitting rather poised, kind of smugly with like a saucer and a teacup, is a large Goliath, dressed in kind of full plate armor. He has a cloak that kind of goes over the back of the chair, and it has like the fur collar on it. The cloak is white with a large white rose symbol on it. He has a lot of purity seals across his armor. You see that there's a large battle axe kind of propped precariously on the chair next to him. His face is scarred and has seen a lot of battle and age. And he's completely bald and no facial hair. As you guys enter, he nods his head towards you, rather wisely and goes back to sipping his tea. And then Charles Whitaker looks at you guys. Busy night last night?
We're taking in the sights as
Enjoying
best we
the-
could.
Sights and sounds of a new city, yes.
Trying to explore and find and see the beauty of it, yeah.
We tried
Good.
to, yeah.
Where did you explore last night? Which ring of the city?
I think we were
We kind of
in
checked out all
both
of
the
them.
silver and gold. What are they called again? Which
There's
rings are we?
Copper, silver, gold, and platinum.
So we were in silver and gold.
I mean, we kind of did a tour of all of them in a way yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know that we were in.
After we left here, we kind of went from Copper and then back home, just slowly making our way through each.
The Goliath man speaks up. Charles, stop this horse and pony show. We all know where they were. Right. I'm sure you all haven't had the chance to meet the leader of the White Rose Theocrats. And the Goliath smirks. He stands up, kind of throws his cloak back, and offers a large hand to each of you. I'm High Inquisitorial Lord Commander Helveticus Malfensis Altair IV. But you can simply call me Lord Commander.
Lord Commander. Nice to meet you.
Pleased. Charles, these group matches the description of my mat from last night. Charles speaks, well, clearly they weren't. When we understand the zealotry that your organization has towards the Tricordia, they said they weren't there. They weren't there. Charles. And Charles holds a hand up. Lord Commander, I'm not going to have this conversation with you again. Leave the Tricordia alone and my people alone. They are barely in this city. You're simply just looking for a scapegoat for the failure of your people. You see the Lord Commander bristles at that and kind of sets his jaw and chews his cheek for a moment. He looks at all of you, looks back. I see we're not going to get anywhere today. Very well. I will consider the matter dropped. But understand, if something similar happens again, and he looks towards you guys and looks back at Charles, I will not go through such, so I say, civil channels. He turns with a flash of his cloak. I'm sure we'll be in contact again, Charles. And he steps away without addressing you guys or acknowledging you guys. He opens the door and he leaves. And as the door closes, you see the two elite soldiers stand up and kind of take flanking positions with him as they all leave down there.
Ooh.
And when the door closes, Charles kind of like pinches the bridge of his nose and then rubs his face down. Looks at all of you. One day. You've been here for one day and you've managed to piss off one of the largest factions in the city. He holds up a hand. I don't want an explanation.
I just want to smile about it, yeah.
Yes. It doesn't. Your business is yours, but please, if you are going to do these things, do not get caught.
Yeah, we really should have disguised ourselves.
Something.
I mean, yeah, we shouldn't have been in the area.
Do we, I mean, you just admitted to it. Do we want to tell Adam, like, what happened with that? Of, like, what we overheard the druids saying as we were in there, and, like, that piqued our interest. And then, like, don't be like, oh, yeah, we were here to help break them up. Like, we were in there, we heard this conversation going, and I was like, that's strange. Type thing, like, this is
the same thing we told Ford.
Yeah, explain to Adam, like, this is how we ended up getting involved by just trying to check out the city. And we understand we don't want that to happen all the time. Come on, Adam. You know us. You've met us. We don't want that
just
to
trying to
know
keep busy.
We
It kind
don't
of fell
want
into
this
shit.
to happen.
Adam holds up a hand to stop you guys.
We don't want this shit to happen to us, but we will handle it when it does. That's why you've brought us on. I'm assuming we've got an update for this relic. By the way, remind me, I gotta tell you about the relic that they were talking about earlier.
Listen, we know the feud that the White Rose has with the Well, the druids that were here before us, and we understand. Unfortunately, due to the nature of the city and the peace of the city and the relations of the Tricordia with the White Rose, we can't exactly act on that. Not that the will accept our help. They are very anti all of us.
Oh, I'm sure they wanted to kill everybody in that chapel then.
Possibly. I mean, and then Charles cuts Adam off. Listen, the reports I had didn't indicate any loss of innocent civilian life, so for that I appreciate what you've done. But be more subtle next time. I don't care if you move against the White Rose. My other fellow CEOs might have a different take. The board might have a different take. But me personally, they're the worst. Just don't do anything to have it come back to us. White Rose is looking for
smile, not understood.
Any reason to turn their crusade against the Well to the crusade against the Tricordia. And we're doing everything in our power to stop that. Because if that happens, the port of Olympia will burn. And it will be a bloody massacre. They're crazy. But they're unnecessary. As are we. He gestures kind of broadly to the Tricordia. So.
Yeah. We do apologize. We will be more discreet moving forward.
That's all I could ask. Anyway, he stands up. I believe this is to your interest, and and Adam steps forward with a dossier of information. Our scouts have returned with information on a new relic. The reason you've been hired and brought all the way out here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Adam hands a dossier to you. You can go over the details with Ford and all those things. Just
Who wants to hand Ford the dossier? Who wants to fuck with him that way? Sorry.
I don't. As long as you do your job and Ford is aware, that's all that matters.
All right.
But remember what we talked about. Don't let it happen.
Be subtle.
With that, Whitaker dismisses you from his office.
We're dismissed.
Thank you, Adam.
You?
And you guys leave the office, and Ford looks at you guys, stands up, kind of attempts to straighten his jacket, realizes it's wrinkled beyond belief, shrugs, and then joins you guys in step. Well, considering you are fired and the board commander walked out in a huff, I'd say it was a very successful meeting.
Yay!
He continues to be super chill, and it's very surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very surprised at how chill our boss's boss is.
Mm-hmm. Almost too.
There's things that he gestures to the elevator as we'll talk in the elevator. And as it's going down, he looks at all of you. Charles Whitaker is an old friend of mine. Even before I was a director here. The thing is, I don't know the full details myself, but I get a feeling that his hands are tied on a lot of things. So, he's trying to move in such a way so where he can get his freedom. That's why I'm here and not in retirement, not a paradise planet. Surrounded by white sand beaches, crystal blue water, babes. And he takes a swig from his flask as he seems to be ruminating on this.
Does he
So
remember
you're
that
saying
it's
he's
empty?
kind of...
What was that?
Well,
Or there's like a bunch of us. D, you go first.
I was gonna say, like, so you're kind of saying he's almost set in stone in a way.
I kind of wish I had a
Sorry, I'll
rimshot sound
leave.
there for you. Hold on, going to be right back. No.
He just does a very deep sigh.
I wanted to know, does he remember that his flask is empty? He emptied it into the coffee, and he hasn't refilled it that
Yeah,
we could see.
that's why he sighed.
Ah.
It's you feel like that's one of those
You
things
took-
that's like muscle memory.
Can I just like
Like,
pull out my
You took
flask
the
and hand it over to
you
him
took
to
the
like
bottle,
take a swig?
Ford. He took
Yeah.
the bottle. Ford,
Yeah, he-
remember you took the bottle.
Yeah, but he's not gonna
Yeah.
pull that out in the elevator. I just want to.
Pull it out in the elevator.
I'll just pass my flask over to him, let him take a swig
he
from it, and
nods
get
and
it
he
back.
takes a swig of your flask and hands
Thank
it back.
And like, remember your bottle.
He
That
nods.
sounds childish. Never mind.
Anyway, you have the dossier of information.
Yeah, they told me to kill Nigel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're supposed to kill Nigel and get another relic.
I know the Nigel bit's a joke, but like, I understand.
There
Can we-
was a new person in the lobby that I don't recognize. Had a bunch of scars on his body.
Oh
Who is
yeah,
he?
that's Roy.
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 He's a great drinking buddy because he doesn't speak. He's completely silent.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
And that is a good thing?
I don't need it. He doesn't need to talk my ear off with some inane conversation.
that feels
Sure.
very pointed.
Yeah, but we
Mhm.
also haven't gone drinking with you yet. We've only interacted in work, where we have to
Exactly my
talk.
point. Anyway, the elevator opens. So, I assume you know the just hand me the dossier. I'll take the relevant information I need, and then I assume you guys know where your ship is in the dock.
yep.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to write down like a very fine bullet point at the very end of it of kill Nigel, like in pencil if we have pencil or whatever. Just if
Yeah,
we don't,
but
it's fine.
You
Joe can just
kind
go.
of like snatch a writing utensil off a nearby aide as they walk by and
Just, like-
quickly make that mark.
Kill Nigel. LOL.
LOL.
Not a joke.
Hee.
It's on there.
All right, so you get the information you need from your dossier, and then a carriage is called for you, so you're able to load into the carriage to take you to the docks to your ship. So, time for some exposition dump.
Ooh.
While you guys are in this carriage,
Ooh.
your dossier speaks of the new artifact you're looking for. As in, this is DM looking for his notes. There we go. Nope. Yes, okay. The new artifact you're looking for, since you're now aware that the artifacts are modeled after body parts, you're looking for a fist. The fist, the scouts have located in the ruins of a castle on a stormy planet known as Fortuna. Like Fortuna, but F-U instead of F-O.
Fortuna.
F you, Tuna.
The scouts have indicated that it is in the possession of a cult that calls themselves the Broken Fist that seems to have formed around the artifact itself. They're unsure of how long the cult's been active, but there's been long enough to kind of oppress and break the spirit of the nearby town, leading the town to be destitute and extremely fearful and distrustful of outsiders.
Guys, we're gonna do great.
We have such good luck with
Ooh.
people who are not good with outsiders.
Out of game, team name
Yes.
maybe? The Outsiders?
We are the outsiders.
Let's think on it. Sorry.
These scouts were unable to get a full strength of the cult. Who's in, any players in the cult, anything that they might have in relation to the artifact. However, they have identified a Moira Bog, B-A-W-G, who seems to act as the leader of this town. Their note states that the townspeople might know more about the castle and the cult if you can earn their trust. And Moira Bog is kind of the liaison for that.
Moira is the leader of the town or the cult? I missed that.
The town.
Town.
The town.
Yeah. She is a dwarf. They also state that the town and castle ruins themselves are kind of on a archipelago, a very rocky, mountainous archipelago in one of these planets' oceans. It is racked by constant storms, so rain, lightning, thunder, wind. The ship will not be able to stay on planet, so it'll need to remain in orbit. So you'll be kind of dropped off, and then your ship will leave planet. You'll be given a stone by the captain to call for pickup when you're ready to return.
Okay.
Transportation around the planet in this area will need to be secured on planet. So if you need to go anywhere else on the planet, you will need to negotiate that with the town. Standard equipment applies, including another sarcophagus to secure the artifact when you have it.
Alrighty. Is it another one of those giant coffins?
Yes, exactly. Same deal as when you did the first one.
Terrified.
Awesome. We now know what to
So-
expect with it.
Yep. So and you'll have to drag it around this time.
Oh God.
So to make
Well,
your
how do you-
job for the outsiders even harder, you now have to drag a coffin-sized anti-magic thing around with you.
Well, maybe we can use it to help.
Maybe you can buy a
some-
cart.
Yeah, we're gonna have to buy a card on planet, it seems. But we can use the coffin to help ease some tensions, possibly. Maybe the town will be happy that we're there to try and take away what is causing them discomfort and disharmony.
Fingers crossed.
We're gonna have to earn their trust first.
The planet, given the speed of your ship, is a 3 days journey.
All right.
All right.
At this time, as Ford kind of looks from the dossier in the caravan, or in the carriage, is there anything you need me to do for you before you leave?
Have we all been able to look over the dossier ourselves and
Yeah,
figure out what we
that's
need?
passed
And
around and
Okay.
and he's that me expo dumping all that was a kind of like that whole
we're all reading.
Us
it, yeah.
reading.
Yep.
I mean, we're always gonna want something. I just can't think about what it is right now.
The ship's been loaded with standard supplies, rations, water, equipment docks, supplies that the ship itself needs. Since you are still opting to contract Captain Blackwater and his crew, the Cannon's Cavalcade. So,
They are a good crew with
Hey.
us.
they are. And they've also gave us the list of supplies they need, and we've obviously done that. Anything you need specifically, there's a very small budget I have access to. Get you some supplies you might personally.
Is there like an proper armory or somewhere nearby that we could stop off before going, just to see about any weapon upgrades or anything?
Yeah, weapon upgrade.
The budget isn't that large, unfortunately.
So I'm
Is there
gonna
enough to
need.
get us like?
Like potions,
Oh,
stuff
sorry.
like that. Just like
Yes, I can get you a crate of healing potions if that helps.
Love that. Because I was
Yeah.
gonna say like maybe some disguises, and also a crate that can maybe like a cart that can roll that sarcophagus.
He
Do we have-
nods and makes note of it all.
do
All that can
we
be arranged.
do we know of the local fashion or dress of the town? Do we have anything here that we can get to blend in a little bit more?
According to the reports that I've been able to glean, most of the town is under a constant storm. So a lot of the local fashion, as we called it, would be rain gear.
Wonderful.
We've included a crate with waterproof weather gear for you.
Is it company
Hopefully
branded
help.
or is it just
It's
normal?
generic.
Perfect.
So it's typical ponchos, face wraps, boots, all treated to be wick water. I've also made note that I provide a hand cart because unfortunately we cannot bring beasts of burden. Company policy. So there's a cart that you'll be able to at least load the sarcophagus and a few other crates on to bring with.
Are there any supplies that we are aware that the town might need? Anything that we can gift to make it so that they're a little bit more possibly friendlier of seeing us as people coming to help instead of coming to harm?
The scouts were unable to identify. A lot of the townspeople refuse to speak to them. So they can glean that they are in dire straits, but it is the opinion of the scout leader of this team stated that they might not openly accept such gifts.
Can we double the crate of rations, food, water, what have you,
You can bring it.
to leave an extra crate there for the town, just in case?
He'll nod. I'll include an extra crate of rations for that.
Thank you.
That will go a long way with earning their trust, I believe.
I hope.
All right. So, to kind of give you a rundown of the supplies you requested that will be on the ship for you, you are given a bundle of health potions, which is 6 basic health potions, for you guys to split up how you see fit. A crate of rain gear for your team. So there's 5 sets of rain weather gear. A hand cart, so you can carry the sarcophagus and a couple other crates. And a crate of rations for the town. In addition to your normal Saber Corp equipment and such.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else anything else, or are you guys good with that?
For our own, because we do have some money of our own, do you know where we might be able to shop for weapons and other supplies?
If you're looking for generally, if you're not looking for anything fancy or custom, the silver and gold rings would be your best bet.
Do we have time
Platinum
to
is if
stop
we want
anywhere?
something fancy and custom.
You'll go to the platinum ring for those shops.
Okay.
What is it you guys are looking for?
Nothing
specifically.
specific.
Just maybe
more
like
weapons.
possible weapon upgrade or like another hand axe type thing, or
I might need some extra daggers, so if I throw them and lose them.
yeah. I mean, I would like to be able to enchant my hand axe so it returns to me at some point, but that's going to be a later thing.
Yeah.
Gotta learn how.
I'll say if you guys are just looking for like basic stuff, we don't need to roleplay that out.
Yeah. It's just, if there's like a blacksmith that we can go to pick up
Yeah.
basic daggers, if we want like a second throwaway weapon type thing.
Okay, so
we have just under 16,000 gold pieces, so legit, if you guys want some extra daggers or something, just
so I would say
so.
A dagger is 2 gold apiece.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And a hand axe is 5 gold apiece.
Wow, I have a lot of weapons. When did I get those?
Great question. I don't know. You know what? That happens to me as a player all the time. I was like, oh, I'm going to add these things in my inventory. And then I review my inventory. I'm like, I don't know what half these things are. Or where
Exactly.
Especially as a fighter.
It says... What is a quarterstaff, and a sling, and a dart?
A dart is your my.
A quarterstaff is just a stick.
Mhm.
It's
your bow staff.
it's literally it's like a bow staff. A sling
Donatello.
is like David and Goliath. It's literally that. You put ammo in it, you sling it. A dart is literally that. It's like a shuriken.
dart,
a kunai,
okay.
Dart. It's a throwing
Yeah.
weapon.
Yeah, whatever you guys do want, write it in the chat so that I can subtract the gold from our group.
Okay.
Cool. I also have in my notes here, buy Persephone a whip. I don't remember why necessarily, but apparently you need a whip, Persephone.
I need a whip?
A whip.
I don't remember this.
I just have it in my notes. I don't know why, but yeah.
A whip is 2 gold.
2 gold.
But it
Sorry,
is,
I guess
but it
buy
is
a
a martial
whip.
weapon. So
It's in the note.
So this out of character,
can
it's obviously like
can Persephone use a whip?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, what was that? D, I cut you off.
Oh. So if this being too metagamey, feel free to cut me off. But like this whole mission just gives me vampire vibes. Should we stock up for vampire shenanigans?
If that's the conclusion your character has, then yeah, go right for it. Go right ahead. You can buy holy water. There is funny enough, commercially available holy water, and you don't need to go to the White Rose for it.
That's great.
Nice.
That's really better for us.
That's so funny.
The pharmaceutical company has actually their own brand of holy water.
I'll take a couple of vials of that, I guess.
Can we buy
a-
wooden stakes then?
Yeah, so a wooden okay, so a flask of holy water is 25 gold each.
Okay.
Water, 25 gold. How many are we want to
So-
buy?
Let's do 100 gold of holy water, so 4 flasks.
And I will say a wooden stake for a bundle of 10, it's going to be 1 gold.
Let's buy 50.
So many stakes.
I want, now I remember what I wanted. Do I own one already? No. I wanted not a bow and arrow, not a crossbow, but the hand bow. Is that what that is?
And crossbow?
Hand crossbow. And then I want to load the crucifixes into them. Not the crucifix.
The stakes.
The stakes. Thank you.
All right, a hand crossbow is 75.
Thank you. 75.
Damn, okay.
And I will say, yeah, you can use the stakes as bolts for those.
Thank you.
So go ahead and add bolts for ammo, and then just make a note that they're actually wooden stakes.
I'm still hung up on this whip thing.
I legit, okay, sorry. So my notes are director, Maddox Ford. Under that, buy Ford a whip. Under that, buy Persephone a whip. So I guess I need 2 whips, because we have to buy
don't
one for
When
Ford
was
as well.
this? When we met Ford?
I think this is when we met Ford, yeah.
What's
Okay,
really
I'm-
funny is Persephone does not have proficiency in whips. I just checked because I was curious.
She's gonna be so bad at it, and I'm excited.
I think maybe it was a way to like kind of watch water and mimic that type of thing. Like if you have a whip and you learn
Wait.
how to use it, you can then like summon water and use that.
No,
as a
I
water
have
whip.
nothing here.
That is wild. Okay, we don't have to do a whip for you. What? Let's buy Ford a whip.
I'm just confused. I was
Craft
just
the
like,
whip for us.
what did I say that made you think I needed a
I
whip?
have no idea. I am so sorry. I don't remember.
No, this is just funny. What
Going full
did-
Castlevania, let's go.
Whip.
So no
Alright.
whip. Should I subtract that?
No
one?
whip. Subtract
no.
the whip.
Keep the whip. It goes to Ford now, please.
Okay, I just don't need a whip.
We'll just
Do
bring
not
it back
hit me
and give it to Ford, and Ford's gonna be like, "The fuck."
Okay. He'll accept
Hey,
it. He's a confused gift, but he'll
Yeah.
accept it.
Yeah.
D,
Just
did you need to buy anything?
No, I think that's pretty much covered. I already have a crossbow, so I'm good
You
on
don't
that
need
front.
anything like for spells or anything.
Nothing. All my spells are innate because of Warlock.
How much for
Mhm.
like a hand for gems? Like, I want to buy a few like gems.
What
for
gems
alchemy.
specific?
So amethyst was what I've been collecting. What gems are there? Let's.
All right, so you can find a jeweler in kind of the more expensive parts of town. If you're
Mhm.
looking specifically for amethyst, it's 100 gold for a fist for like a palm-sized amethyst. If you want smaller size amethyst, still be obviously cost less. So, like, what size gem are you looking for? Is probably what the question.
Maybe like 3 palm-sized ones, and then
All right.
just little one.
That sounds massive.
A palm-sized amethyst, because that would be like the standard. Because most of the time, the gems are used in magical rituals. If you want them cut for specific purposes, you have a service fee, but obviously they will be a lot smaller. But most of the jewelers, at least in the gold ring, sell it for magic purposes or wholesale for crafters, for artisans. So they don't sell already small cut gems.
Yeah.
They sell
And I'm
raw
saying
gems.
amethyst, but I don't necessarily. Yeah, in mine, I just need raw gems. I really don't need
Okay.
cut gems for anything.
So you're just looking for the cheapest uncut gem.
So kind of
Yeah,
like
pretty
Alchemist
much.
Supply Store.
Things that I can just infuse with in the future, because that's a lot of my stuff. Is I need those components in order
All
to.
So just looking for. So I will say you can get a small sack of just like raw, uncut, like bottom tier gems. I will say for about 75 gold.
Okay.
And that should fill most purposes. Like I will say, as a dungeon master, the specific minutia of materials for spells I don't track unless they come with a gold cost. So like Revivify,
mine do, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like Revivify, you'll need that diamond, but like Fireball, I don't care if you have guano or not, as long as you have like a focus.
Right.
That's all that matters. But yeah, Artificer materials oftentimes come with a cost. That's the one distinct thing I remember about playing an Artificer was it was fucking expensive. It's like playing a wizard, but with engineering degree instead of liberal arts.
All right.
Can I get also the bolts that are stakes?
The what do you want?
What are
The bolts that are stakes for the crossbow?
It was a bundle of 10 for gold.
5 bundles.
5 bundles, so we've got like enough for the team.
Okay.
And I also don't track ammo specifically, but if it's specialized, like in this case it is with the stakes, I will track it. But like if you I have bolts for a crossbow, yeah, that's fine. Like it will be like within reason. So like, we've been sitting here for days shooting at these guys, then they'll be like, oh, ammo's running.
I'm kind of low on it, yeah, but then
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like in general use, it doesn't like.
Okay.
That's one of those things that's like, you use it, so I'll just say like you pick it up whenever you can.
All right, so everybody add the things that you put in the chat to your inventory, and I am subtracting.
Okay.
And we're good.
And you have note of the supplies the company's providing you.
Oh wait, what was the 6 health potions, 5 sets of rainy weather gear, hand cart, and crate of rations for town.
2 crates of rations.
And the sarcophagus.
Oh yeah.
And the sarcophagus.
Oh, and the sarcophagus.
That is probably the most important thing. unless you want to form a new cult around the fist.
No, thank you.
Don't tempt us with a good time.
All right. All right. So you do your shopping. The carriage makes the stops it needs to make. Your specialized supplies for the job are requested and loaded into the ship. And you guys make your way to the gangplank. Ford looks you all over. He has the whip in one hand, and he looks at all of you, nods. Well, hopefully you all return. Good luck. And he turns and he leaves.
Call out after him. We'll see you when we're back. Thank you for it.
He just kind of gives like a wave for his back turn as he walks away. All right. You guys load into the ship. Captain Blackwater welcomes you all back with a cheery smile. We got our marching orders, so we'll be getting on. I suggest holding on. You don't need to tie yourselves down like when we were re-entering, but it's still a little rough leaving the atmosphere. And he walks away barking orders at the rest of the crew as they are getting ready to shove off and take off. Any last minute things you guys wish to do before the ship takes off?
I think just the final last minute rituals that we do as we take off.
Mhm.
Go get ready to flip over as the gravity goes away and go up on the underside and enjoy that. And that's for me. Anything for anybody else?
That's it.
I'm good,
for
yeah.
me.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
good.
So I figure we
So,
can catch up with everybody else, with the crew about the artifact as we're flying out and all that stuff.
alright. So, you guys watch as small tugboats come out, pull the ship backwards out of the dock, turn it around, and then they leave the side as the ship goes down one of the lit pathways. The oars come are pulled in as the ship now starts to lift. You feel a thunk as the gravity is trying to pull the ship back down, but it lifts like an airplane taking off, and then it breaks free of the water, and then you hit the atmosphere, and there's a lot of shaking, but you manage to break through the atmosphere, and you watch as the air bubble flashes, covers the entire ship, and then goes full transparent again, and you guys return to that familiar sense of artificial gravity pulling you back down to the ship. And you guys are free of the planet Demeter. And once again, in the Wildverse.
Mhm.
In space.
In
space.
The course is set, and the ship begins its 3-day journey to Fortuna.
Ooh.
All right. So we have the same crew as we before in our same ship that we
Yes.
had before,
Yep.
correct?
Mhm.
Candace Cavalcade and then Captain Blackwater and his people.
Hi, Captain Blackwater. How are you? We missed you.
He kind of claps you guys on the shoulders and everything, and he kind of offers small glasses of rum to you guys, from the captain's stash.
Oh, wonderful.
I gladly take a glass.
Mhm.
So,
Same.
how was your visiting the city?
Have you ever been?
We've been a few times, but we didn't exactly get shore leave because we were ordered that you might have a job pretty soon after land. So,
What are your thoughts on the White Rose?
theocrats,
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
keep the city safe, I guess. I haven't really had much run-ins with them. See, my religion doesn't lie with them. I mean, I worship one of the triosides. Most of us do, so they don't give us much issue. It's just none of us really worship Rainier, so
Mm.
they don't really do much against us, and we don't do much against them.
Well, that's good because they only keep the city safe through violence. So
Yeah.
That is true. Their inquisitors are pretty nasty, from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I'm not condoning their actions, mind you, but I guess the threat of extreme violence through their hands is enough to keep most criminals thinking twice.
Until they decide what is and isn't illegal.
Yeah. One would hope the Tricordia would step in at that point, but who knows?
Would hope.
They're
And
off
say-
in their ivory towers doing who gods know what.
But Adam is nice.
Yeah.
Adam's
Yeah.
a respectable boss, yeah. Adam keeps his hounds in check and does pretty well to help the board and the company.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Continue on the conversation, catching up with Black and all of that, and yeah.
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 All right.
Let them know. We catch up with the crew, find out what they've been doing.
Yeah, it's just been a lot of, they had a couple downtown times. They're just repairing the ship, making sure everything is good to go. Excuse me. Given the proper wards and rituals because they've been fully informed now what they are in store for. So you notice there's a lot more kind of subtle wards everywhere to ward off evil.
Mm-hmm.
Because They see that they saw the sarcophagus being loaded up again, and they know what that means.
Oh
I like
God,
that.
yeah, they do.
I like the upgrades.
And again, in the store in the cargo bay where the sarcophagus is, there's a very wide berth of the crew away from it.
It's
We
fair.
have the
They
ring of
may not know
protection
the
Very
around
fair.
it, and
Yeah, they may not know the finer details, but they know enough to. They don't want to be involved.
Valid.
Yeah.
Seamen or sailors are superstitious as is. So yeah. So with that, we'll see if there's any random encounters during your days. If there's nothing else you guys wish to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
I kind of want to talk with the doctor, see if they've learned anything more about the artifact that we did pick up,
Sure.
and glean in if there's any information that they know about for this fist that we're going to get.
So, when you say doctor, are you talking about
the professor that was also with the captain with the last one? If they're not on the ship, then cool. They don't have.
Yeah, they're not on the ship. They are. So.
Can I ask the captain? Have you gotten any updates about that? Just to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Rev Nichols and Professor Anders.
Professor, thank you, not Doctor Professor.
Yes. Yeah, you asked Captain Blackwater about those. I haven't really been in contact with them since they left with you guys. What you guys have been told is Professor Anders has been kind of co-opted by Saber Corp R&D to study the artifacts in their compound. So they are back in Port of Olympia, and Rev is acting as her assistant / bodyguard. Since it was either that or he gets locked up for crimes against the living for what he's did.
That's fair.
Hmm?
All right. So, if there's nothing else, I need 3 people to volunteer to roll a d20.
Okay.
I will roll them, but I think I have to take the dog out. Can we do a be right back?
Yeah, we can do a quick little 5-minute break.
Awesome. Let's
I rolled a
roll,
3.
Let's roll off as well. So we've got a 3, and then we'll find out the other 2 in just a moment.
And we're back. Back, everyone. Thank you for letting us take that break. We appreciate it. Anyway, back to where we were. We were rolling off to see if encounters happen.
I rolled a 3.
All right.
13. Everybody roll.
Okay, and then I need one more D20 roll.
I guess I could do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. I also got a 13. Should I roll again?
double 13. Let's go.
Surprisingly, no encounters.
Oh.
Even with the 3.
Oh, super lucky.
Yeah, because I've been doing a new thing where you roll a D20, I roll a D20, it's meet or beat. I also rolled a 3 on that encounter. And then a 12, and then a 7. So your 3 days journey to Fortuna is nice, smooth sailing. You can spend the time working on whatever you want to work on, chatting up whoever you want to chat up, mentally preparing for the horrors that you'll see when you go to deal with the artifact.
Sharpen up our weapons. Sharpen up our stakes.
Mm-hmm.
Sharpen up Gnomish.
Sharpen up on Gnomish.
Yep. 3 more days you can knock off your 3 more days you avoid the Eldritch horror.
You've now learned Mayamo for Stephanie.
Is this going to turn into Gnomish is just Spanish?
Yeah.
Because I always imagined it as French.
Mm.
Gnomes just
Josie,
kind of have
you're
that
muted.
flair for me.
I was always thinking of Gnomish more like, Elvish more like French for some reason.
That's
sense.
a Quebec-claw.
Yeah, the elves give me French. Same.
Yeah.
Quebec French, yeah.
Very specific.
I don't know why I've always just kind of like associated like gnomes and being French. I blame World of Warcraft, and I can't explain why.
You're like, he just looked French.
They just give me the vibes, and I cannot tell you why. I cannot tell you why.
So now instead of it's a je m'appelle Persephone.
Anyway, no, it's fine. Is there anything you guys wish to do specifically over those 3 days?
No, I'm looking at my magic stuff, and I'm pretty okay right now.
All right.
I am just hardcore Gnomish. I have downtime.
Reading Twilight in Gnomish.
The margins are thick with notes.
Mm-hmm.
Team Edward, Team Jacob.
Yeah.
Team just not Bella.
Team Alice.
Team Bella's father.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that man deserves way better.
That man deserves so much more.
Anyway, the time passes, and you guys reach the orbit of Fortuna. The planet itself is a little smaller than Demeter, and it's hard to see what the landmass looks like because almost the entire planet is under a dark cloud cover, and you can see flashes of lightning within those clouds. When the scout report said that this was a storm-choked planet, they were not kidding. You could see the storms from space.
Cool.
Nice.
God dang.
I just want to enjoy that
That's,
mental image in that site right now. That's cool.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing we have reindeer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The first mate approaches you guys as the captain is in the bridge and discuss with the Spelljammer the best way to get in. The first mate is Siora, a wood half elf. She looks at all of you guys. I'd get down to the cargo bay because we're probably going to launch you out of that.
Okay.
All right.
So I'd get your gear on, get ready to go, because it's probably going to be really hot given the weather conditions.
What? Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
We're dropping in hot.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, and you get down to the bay. You get your hand cart. You load the crates of rations, and you need the sarcophagus, and you put on the rain gear. And it's they're like full ponchos that kind of go down to your ankles, with slits for your arms to come out of. Otherwise, they're buttoned up, and there's like face masks and goggles to go with it,
Ooh.
and a hood. And there's a couple crew members that are kind of by like the cargo bay doors waiting ready for you guys as you gear up and get ready to go. And you'll intersect with the gravity plane of the ship, and
Sorry,
then
can you
the ship
say that again?
Yeah.
You cut off.
Yeah,
Can
Well,
you-
audio's being weird.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So the ship is starting to descend, and you can feel it because the planet's natural gravity intersects with the ship's gravity plane, and there's turbulence, and the ship starts to shake violently as you start to hear winds whipping around it, crashes of thunder, rain and hail pattering the sides of the ship. And you're doing everything you can to hang on as you're making this very turbulent drop, and suddenly the turbulence cuts out as you imagine you're below the cloud layer. But you can still hear the thunder, you can still hear the intense gales of wind and the rain smashing the side of the ship. And then you feel the ship slow to a descent and kind of in a hover. You see that there's a green light flashes in the cargo bay, and the crew members nod, and they open the cargo bay doors, and just wind rushes in and spatters you guys with cold rain immediately as the crew members have to shout over the wind and the rain. This is your drop point! Be very careful, the weather's bad. You should, and they hand you a sending stone. Use this when you're ready to come home.
All right.
All right.
They were nice enough to provide a tarp to cover your handcart with, so your things didn't get soaked. But as you kind of push all your things out and you step off the ship, you look as the cargo bay closes up and the ship starts to fly out, and it's illuminated by a crack of lightning. It is daytime,
Primal.
but it's still dark.
Amazing. Lord.
As, there's lightning and rain, and you guys are immediately soaked in your ponchos by how much rain there is.
Can I, as we're walking, use Shape of Water cantrip to just kind of move the flow from being so heavy on us?
Do a
Hell
bubble around
yes.
us?
Just like, okay,
Yeah.
try to help us out. It's just not so intense.
Yeah, the
Elodie
intense,
is like, fuck the rain, fuck the water.
the intense hurricane bone-soaking rains turn into a nice pleasant drizzle with your shape water bubble. But as you look around, you realize you were kind of dropped off on a coast, like a rocky coast, and you look up and you can kind of see just like rocky, craggy hills and cliffs and a small forest, and there is a path. According to the map you referenced from the scouts, following this path will lead you to the outskirts of the town in question.
How
Well,
long is that going to take, possibly?
A bit.
Yeah.
a couple hour march through the weather, but luckily most of the path
God
seems to
damn.
have some sort of tree cover, so the
Yeah.
rain shouldn't be that bad. But due to the nature of the planet, it is dark underneath the tree cover.
awesome. I'll take charge of the handcart and start pulling it forward through the trail. Keep an eye out for anything, and yeah. Start making our way to the outskirts of town, team.
Mhm.
Enter this forest.
All right, you start walking down the forest path. It is a dirt trail that's been carved out by years of carts and foot. So it is muddy and rocky. It's not easy going, but it's not to the point of difficult terrain, so to speak.
Would you say this is kind of foresty?
Why
Pretty
do I
much.
feel like if I answer, I'm walking into a...
So I'm asking. All right. Features and traits. Natural explorer.
Oh, that's right. You're a
yeah.
ranger.
Ranger. Forest is my favorite terrain. Stuff like
This
that.
is
That's why-
considered forest terrain.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So yeah, we're particularly familiar with the type of natural environment, adapted traveling, surviving, and such.
Yes. This would count as a forest region
Perfect.
for your ranger stuff.
All right, I'll read up on that so I can make sure that I do the things right. Thank you.
All right. You guys are trudging down this path. Every so often, the tree canopy lights up with another strike of lightning, followed by the roll of thunder that cuts through the winds and the rain. Thanks to the tree cover and Persephone's bubble, the rain isn't as bad here. But eventually you guys come across a wreck of the road.
Crack?
Another cart kind of broken down and pushed to the side of the road.
Ooh. I want to.
This is a larger cart meant for like being pulled by animals.
Does it look abandoned, or does it look like they're just off to the side, kind of resting?
Make investigation checks.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
19.
14.
So
18.
yeah, you all, you pull your cart to the side, make sure it's safe, and you guys all clearly go in and investigate this cart. And it's very clear that it's been abandoned. The spoke
animals?
and the axle is snapped and broken, and it's dug into the mud. You see the yokes and the harnesses of where animals should be, but no animals.
Do we want
you see
to
that-
check this out?
I mean, checking it out means we have to stay out in the rain longer. So
We could just ignore it and keep going on.
I mean, you don't particularly like the rain,
Super don't.
so
I can learn the exact number, size, and how long ago they passed through. We want to investigate it a little more.
you want to do that, sure.
Like
Yeah,
if we
you
want to get
should,
that info,
absolutely.
so Zell, I posted it in the table chat. The whole natural explorer thing. The last bit is, and while tracking creatures, you learn the exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area. With all that,
Nice.
like just the innate ability. So you can make us continue to investigate or give the information, so we just know.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to be doing much with that other than, okay, we understand and figured out this from the cart that we passed.
Yeah, so I would say, especially with your check, you're able to tell that this was a team of 2 beasts of burden, probably oxen, pulled this cart, and there were 2 humanoids that were also in the cart. You can tell us by the various footsteps and other such things around. What you do notice, however, where the yokes and harnesses are, they seem ripped and torn, not unlatched. Where there are footprints, they seem like they cut off suddenly, and you being someone familiar with forest tracking, if someone is to run into the forest, there's going to be broken branches and twigs and other such things indicate that they tramped through that underbrush. The footsteps stop right at the underbrush and then disappear. The beast of burden motion, there is a little bit into the underbrush, but then it also disappears.
Okay. Let's stay on the trail, guys.
Yeah, let's. I just want to be a little more aware of our surroundings. Trying to move forward. Let me. Okay, I think I have something, but let's move forward, and then I'll let you guys know.
Or it's
Alright.
safe to assume that they've passed. They're dead. If so, I think Ezreal would probably want to be doing something of a, not necessarily last rites, but kind of a lay them, mark something type of memento memorial.
We discussed that too much.
Yeah.
Offer words of rest.
Yeah, just like in passing. And
Yeah.
Another thing you do note, though, is the contents of the cart have been left alone.
Okay, so what's in the contents of it?
There were bundles of grain, like rice and wheat and such, that has been molded over due to just being left out into the weather.
How old
There
does it look?
were maybe a week.
Okay.
But with the bad weather conditions, that can easily mold. You see that there were produce, similar situation. There was some what could be almost medical supplies, and these seem to have been the only thing in the cart that was targeted. They seem to be smashed beyond use. So bandages have been like unrolled and thrown in the mud. Like iodine and cleaning agents have been smashed and scattered. And suture kits broken. Basically, a series of healers kits that have been unusable. Medicines that have been trashed. Antibiotics that have been scattered. It seems like this cart was carrying supplies to the village. Needed supplies by judging the contents. And the report the scouts gave.
Okay, so just bringing this up to the group. So I can take one of my gems here, and I can make it emit like a 5-foot radius of light to kind of like send ahead of us, so we can maybe see a little bit better. But there's also the possibility that maybe we don't want others to be able to see us. So light can do that.
Yeah, I would say don't worry about that, because I have the light cantrip that we could do for 10 feet, but also with my ability, let me go back down to it. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can't become lost except by magical items. You remain alert to danger even when you are engaged in other activity. You can move stealthily at a normal pace while alone.
Okay, so we're pretty good because we have you on our team right now.
Yeah, like we're pretty alert to what's going on. This is like, oh, we should check this out, figure out what happened, and now start moving to the town again type thing is what I would assume.
If everybody's good with moving forward.
I mean, I don't think we feel like it's safe enough to go off path and try and find these people, especially since it's been over a week or roughly a week's time.
We have our priorities.
Teo's definitely creeped the fuck out right now.
Yeah.
To almost punctuate your point, you suddenly hear a loud, high-pitched keening howl that bounces through the forest and through the trees.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
It's hard. It's echoing and it's bouncing, and it's hard to tell with the wind, the rain.
Let's just go, guys.
Let's go. Yep, let's go.
That's
we're not.
We should maybe.
We're not meant to be here.
Keep moving. We can go. Let's go.
I understand when we're no longer welcome.
I know we like be in places we're not supposed to be, guys. This is not one of those times.
See, Teo just has his crossbow just ready. He's just holding it, bolt loaded.
Yeah, you guys at a very fast pace now continue down the path, and at the end of another hour, occasionally punctuated by those same keening howls, you break through the forest line and you see a village nestled in the shadow of a castle. The castle looks in ruins and almost seems to be punctuated by every time there's a bolt of lightning that kind of illuminates the outline of the castle. You just see ruins, crumbled towers, and everything. Another forest path, and then the village itself. And when you approach, you kind of see that there have been pointed palisade stakes dug into the outskirts, into the muddy ground, pointed outward on both sides of the village. The village itself looks like it's seen better days. The constant rain has kind of made the more outskirt houses and buildings run down. Thatch roofs have holes. Some of the foundation and walls are crumbling. And as you kind of walk down this road, you reach the more center of town, where there are more of those palisade stakes dug into the ground. And this looks more like a proper town.
Mm-hmm.
There's more houses that actually seem to have people living in them, more maintained. There is a tavern, a general store, a church, a couple of homes. But it's very clear that when you walk in, anyone in the home, their shutters are quickly closing. Their doors are closed and locked. You see people on the porch of the tavern kind of give you an evil glare and then walk back into the tavern and close the door. You find yourselves in the middle of this town now, illuminated only by sputtering gas torches in the rain and the occasional crash of light. And as you look around, you find yourselves in the middle of very distrustful. You could tell you are being watched. You could feel like you are being watched, but you do not see the people who are watching.
Do we get kind of a vibe that if we were to take the rations and stuff at the tavern, that would be a good central location to be bring it in? We want to gift this to you guys. We don't know if you need it or not.
You're
We're here to
unsure.
buy and help. Okay.
You're very unsure. You're not sure if it could be seen as a threat, you taking something out and leaving it in the middle of town, or as a gift. To them, you're a bunch of outsiders who came out of the forest with a handcart.
Is there?
It's the I want to kind of go to the tavern to see if there is somebody that we can talk to ask either if we can where we need to go to see Myra.
I was gonna say I'm gonna put my hand on Zyler's shoulder and just be like, hey, what if I look around and see if there looks like a big building that might be the mayor's house?
Yeah, I'm trying to find someone to kind of talk to explain like this is we're not just dropping this off. We are gifting this to you. This is what it is. If you'd like to look over, we will step back and let you look over it.
It's just it's raining outside, so I think it's best if we presented it directly to her.
Yeah, it's finding somewhere inside that we can be like, hey, we're not a threat again.
Yeah.
Offer kindness. And
in the town center, there's a tavern, general store, church, and residential buildings. There's no building that looks like mayor's house.
So we might just be best to go into the tavern.
Take it to the tavern, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of park the handcart under what little awning the tavern has, and you walk in. And when you open it, the atmosphere is heavy and dreary. There's only a couple folks, like there's two at the bar and one other sitting at the table, and a single bartender. And as you walk in, they all look at you and give you that same dark glare, but don't say anything. They are equally as soaked as you. The bartender is a tall, skinny half-elf, and he looks surly as hell.
Who's our most persuasive? Because it's certainly not me.
I have a +5.
Ooh.
+2.
I have a +6.
Let's push Teo a little bit ahead of the group. If you could maybe kindly ask them where their mayor is.
Okay. I approach the bartender and I'm just like, hi, we're looking for Moira. Do you happen to know where she is?
What do you outsiders want with the mayor?
We were-
Avon
Yeah.
We have a
calling.
meeting set up with her, and we also have brought rations to share with the town.
His eyes narrow at you. Why? Who sent you?
We're here to speak with Moira, not just anyone else in the town. I'm so sorry.
Make a persuasion check.
You're not me. Okay, thank you.
Let's go. Hold on. I need to see a class feature I have real quick. Oh no.
Oh no.
Can I?
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh,
use my Pact of the Talisman real quick to add a D4 to the roll.
Hell yeah.
I rolled a 19. Can I chip in with a? If she can,
Heal.
if they can be here to just talk, and we can then let them know. We would rather not repeat ourselves to multiple people. It's not that you can't know. It's just we need to be talking with the leader or the mayor.
What do you?
help out.
What my colleague Zyler said. I rolled a 12.
All right, that is good enough.
Cool.
He
That
purses
fork
his
hit up, and I was
lips.
like, "Whoo!"
He purses his lips and looks at you. Church. You'll find her there.
Thank you so much,
you.
kind sir.
And
Thank you. If
immediately leave.
anybody here is also interested in what we have to say or share, you're more than welcome to come listen.
No one else makes a move.
Yeah.
Give them the option. They don't want to. That's on them.
All right, so you cross the streets to the church. It is a very simple church. It is just kind of like a single room with pews, no, trapdoors, no other rooms. There's a window that flashes with lightning. And when you go inside, there's just the thick, heavy smell of many candles and incense. And the air is almost like waxy with how many candles are in here. There's a few people in the pews praying to whatever god these people pray to. Kind of sitting in the front row, you see a old dwarven woman. She has bright red hair that is streaked through with steel gray that is tied back into a very tight bun. She's wearing a long leather cloak. Her face definitely has seen, is a one of who have seen a lot of horrible things and age and dealt with all that. She has her hands clasped in front of her, her head down in prayer when you guys approach her.
Respectfully wait for her to finish prayer.
Yeah.
She'll finish it, look up, see you guys. Not every day I see outsiders in my town. Where did you come from?
We're from Saber. We're from Saber Corp. We've been sent to help you out with what's going on.
We've come to retrieve something that might be causing a lot of issues for you.
As well as we've brought some supplies to maybe help out the town if it is needed. They're offered
kind
and
of-
given for free.
Push the crate of rations.
Sabercore, so you're with those gentlemen who came weeks ago.
Yeah.
Did we know about the gentleman who came weeks ago?
The
Scouts.
scouts, yeah.
The scouts.
Yeah, the
Scouts.
scouts. Okay, yeah.
Those
Yes.
would have been the scouts for the company.
We don't know them personally.
We
but
don't know
yeah.
them personally, but they found something big enough to make it that we're sent out to come help.
Congratulations. I'm assuming you made it through the forest then.
Yeah, that place is scary.
Yeah. Tell them I would like to also tell them about the cart that was abandoned. Not abandoned, but yeah, abandoned, run off. The supplies were rotted. The medical supplies were broken.
That does not surprise me. The cult that has taken up residence in the castle has made it very clear for anyone trying to cross the forest to help us. This is not the way. They've released
Castle.
creatures in the forest to stop every other supply has come to relieve us. I'm honestly surprised you've made it through without encountering.
It was
heard
not.
one.
I was gonna say it's not entirely encounterless. We did come upon a cart that was left there, abandoned, possibly about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's what we were telling them about.
Yes, but it wasn't encounterless.
And we heard something.
I think we heard the creatures, yeah. The howlings.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, their howlings keep us awake at night. Sometimes awake enough for when they are bold enough to enter our homes themselves.
Oh,
Listen, I understand you are here for whatever is in the castle. That is fine. Whatever's in the castle is whatever's causing us trouble. So, if you remove that, we're fine. However, you said you're here to help us.
As best as we can. Our primary goal is to remove the artifact, whatever is in the castle. And hopefully that is helpful with that. But whatever we need to do to achieve that, as long as it's helpful for you as well, we are more than happy to do so.
She nods. The cult that has taken up residence in the castle around this artifact. Weird things happen. Weird creatures. The ruins themselves almost seem to react to this. If you wish information on the castle, I had a man who was watching it, however. He has not returned in weeks. I'm afraid the creatures got him or the cult got him, but he was a studious man. Many notes in his journal. If you wish to help us, perhaps you could find this man. And the result, at least, find the source of these creatures.
Sounds like we need to go explore that castle.
They hunt our woods, so let's start there.
All right.
But if you wish to really ingratiate yourselves among us, I'd go to the general store. The proprietor there, a certain Richter, he is the only one willing to talk to outsiders, beyond the curtain nod and evil glare. He'll know also the best way to help the town, including those rations you said he brought.
Thank you.
All right.
Is there, before we leave and go to the general store, is there anything about the cult that we can learn from the mayor that they would want to pass on? Any basic stuff or...
All the information I had was on my man's journal.
All right, thank you.
I didn't have to find him. I do not know where he is.
We will do our
I
best.
say, waste no time, and we just head straight there if we're good with that.
Thank you. You can find us at the general store then, if you have any more questions.
Richter will take care of you while you're here.
I appreciate your kindness. The whole team does. Thank you again.
She nods, and then she returns to her prayer. She seems like a very, just broken, tired lady.
Nothing to fix that right now.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way back through the rain and the storm to the general store, and this is the only building in town where the interior isn't doomed. This seems like a warm place. There's a hearth with a fire in it. and there's only one man, and the shelves of the general store are also incredibly bare, almost
Aw.
no supplies. But as you walk in, a large, rotund furbolg walks over from behind the counter and looks over. Oh, customers! Oh, finally! It's been so long since I've seen a face here that doesn't look like it's seen hell. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Richter. And you all are?
Are we the outsiders, guys? Do we
We're
have
the
our team
outsiders.
name? We're the outsiders.
The outsiders. Oh, I mean, yes, it is true, but what are your names?
Oh, hi. Well, I'm Elodine.
I'm Persephone.
Zylar.
Teo.
Ezreal would introduce themselves.
Excellent. Well, pleased to meet all of your acquaintances. I'm assuming if you are here and in one piece, then you made it through the forest and you've already talked to the mayor.
Yes.
We have.
Excellent. Good to see strong folk able to make it through the forest with these creatures around.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking about that, I'd like to take the crate of rations and present them like, this is for the town. We were told that you would be
Oh.
the best one to be able to help distribute as need be.
He kind of like opens the gate to the counter, steps around, and then takes the crate. He's a very large, strong man. He picks it up, puts it on the counter. He takes a crowbar, pops the crate open, looks through it, kind of paws through it. It's a Saber Corp branding is a weird one, but these rations look good. Thank you. I will make sure they are distributed among you.
No charge for
Yeah.
any of it.
Oh, I would hope so.
Mhm. Just
Yeah.
being very, very like, this is straight up a gift. This is us wanting to be helpful. There is no expectation of anything in return. Type.
Mhm. I expect the mayor told you about the creatures then,
Yes.
and what we've been dealing with.
Yes. In fact, we plan to go
Deal with that.
look into the forest in a little bit and possibly explore the castle if we're able to reach it.
I would, if I may give my couple cents,
Mm-hmm.
maybe avoid the castle for a moment.
What do you mean?
Well, Saber Corps, those people who came before you, I'm assuming you're affiliated with them. They were a team of 5, but they left as a team of 4 because one of them tried to go explore the castle.
Well, I mean, we won't be going one at a time into the castle.
Was that in our little dossier of?
Do we know that?
Did we know that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. It wasn't like explicitly mentioned.
Right.
A team of
Said,
5 returns as 4.
Lost
Lost.
Lost one.
It's it's just the nature of the job. They don't really go into detail about it. It's just like
Yeah.
we
Which
have
is
a
like-
dangerous job.
So that explains why
Understand.
5 became 4 if they went
Yeah.
there. Okay.
But don't you believe the source of what is going on is at the castle?
Oh, I don't doubt that one bit. Some weird, freaky men come and go from the castle, and it's been that way for a couple months now. However, every time one of us tries to go to the castle to confront it, they don't return. And in the meanwhile, creatures from the forest get bold. You came into town. You saw how abandoned the outskirts of it were. How we're kind of stuck in the center here.
True.
That's why we maybe need to go to the castle. But that is of no concern of yours.
We appreciate the warning.
Yes, we will heed it generously, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
I wish you luck then. But you probably wish to go in the morning. The storms then seem to lighten a little bit, at least with the arrival of the sun. If you need lodging, I do have a couple rooms above my general store that, while not be the most comfortable, at least are dry.
That would be nice.
That is appreciated, yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
I hope you don't mind sharing one room, unfortunately. I'm not a tavern, but there should be enough accommodations for your group. And I'll ensure that your cart out there is secured alongside mine.
Can we? Ooh, that's
I'm gonna pull
sarcophagus.
general knowledge. Just as a, how much would like a room in a tavern cost in, say, the one of the rings that we just left?
It depends. It really depends. How fancy the tavern is. How long you want
I'd
to
say
stay. What
for
kind of
a slightly less fancy one, but not like
about 5 silver a person a night.
Okay.
That's about the mid range.
Can we pay that to the?
I was just gonna say, I'm not gonna like offer it to him. I'm just going to set it on the counter.
He'll just kind of slyly grab it and put it into his robes
Yeah.
without saying anything. But he goes, yeah, so the room upstairs is yours. It is unlocked. I sleep down here these days. I have to make sure nothing gets into the store after all. He looks around. There's not much to take, but I wish what I have not to be taken.
Mm. And you would, Zyler, I turned to Zyler and it's just like, you wanted to store the sarcophagus somewhere?
I just feel uneasy leaving it out in the cart unattended overnight for some reason.
I don't think anyone really wants to touch it. You remember touching it.
It's not the town that I'm concerned of. It's everyone's fear of these creatures.
For sure.
Oh? Can we
Perhaps
lug
I'm
it
just being
upstairs?
Overly cautious.
Yeah, you get to lug it upstairs.
Let's do
Who wants to
it.
sleep in the coffin?
Not
Just this
me.
completely
Nope.
unsubtle coffin-shaped item you lug from outside and inside, and Richter looks at you guys as you guys do this. He doesn't say anything, but his face says volumes.
Oh, I stop him and
Sure.
I open the sarcophagus and I say,
No, bro.
"This." No. I stop. I open to show that it's empty and like, this is to help contain whatever might be
Whatever.
causing
Whatever it is.
these
We
problems.
don't know.
It doesn't assuage his doubts. And
I
fears.
close it.
Sure.
And I close it and I bring it on as like, it's empty. It's to contain. This is nothing you need to be worried about. It's not for you, but
Uh-huh.
I get
I
this.
see.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you need anything, I'm just downstairs. Enjoy your night, I guess. And he'll kind of go back to the back of the shop.
As we're heading upstairs, Eladine feels really bad about bringing a sarcophagus into his place. So she just puts more, I would say just the
Silver?
equivalent of doubling what we paid him
Oh.
just before. It's silver.
You,
He says
Yeah.
we have gold. We're fine.
you guys make your way up to the room he gestured in. Yeah, it's like it definitely looks like a living room in a home that has been kind of converted into sleeping quarters of some kind. There's a couch that has seen better days in front of a hearth. There's a couple cots, an actual bed. There's enough sleeping arrangements for you guys to kind of, get a nice, a decent night's sleep. And a hearth that you can stoke for fire.
Immediately goes over and starts a fire.
Just like throw a potion or whatever in there. Create
No,
flame
I've
or what
got-
have you.
I've got cantrips. I can just start a
Wonderful.
fire in my hand.
Wonderful.
To kind of
Nice
remind you
flame.
where you are still there, the window does rattle every so often with a peal of thunder and rain and wind. And you can still see the flashes of lightning outside. The storm is still raging. And you have a feeling that this storm is always going to be raging. But you have accommodations for the night.
I'd like to get like a few hours of sleep and then kind of wake up to do a bit of a watch if we want to take shift with that. I am curious about
Oh,
the nighttime, but I also want to be rested.
So
Yeah, we can take a turn.
So I do actually have rules for watches.
Nice.
I will link it in the server chat.
So was that another day, or does that include the 3 days?
No, that this would be at the end of your 3rd days.
Okay, that's what I just want to make sure.
Oh, the 3rd day was like when we showed up, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yes. So to clarify that feat, like be like the elves or the warforged, they take a long rest. They can get a long rest in like 4 hours or whatever, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's 4 shifts in a cycle. You can only take one. You can take an extra shift, but you'll need to roll a con save to try and avoid a point of exhaustion.
I think we can each take one, right?
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Mhm.
And if anything that does that, takes away your need for sleep or reduces the length of time you need for a long rest, you can take an additional watch shift. But otherwise, I'd say organize yourselves to 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
I'll do first.
I'll take
I can go
3rd.
second.
Yeah, I'll take 3rd.
Okay, I'll take the last.
Awesome.
Alright.
But before going to bed, I would like to do Detect Portal.
Oh yeah, can you detect a portal?
Now that we're like
anywhere?
kind of settled in above, I'd like to do the Detect Portal once per short rest as an action. You detect the distance and direction to the closest planal portal within 1 mile of you.
You do that. There is no portal,
Awesome. Hey guys, no
and
portal around.
there's no like inkling sense of a portal. There's completely inert, nothing.
Perfect.
Right.
Just pass that on to the team and let them know.
Nice.
All right. So who's taking first watch?
I am.
Elodine.
All right. Anything you want to do on your watch? Otherwise, roll me a perception check.
I am in. No, I've already got all my infusions. So I am mostly just going to be tinkering around with Tim Tam, seeing if I can upgrade him in any way. Mostly, I cannot.
All right. Roll me that perception check, please, and thank you.
Okay.
It might not be so bad. 8.
All right, you're keeping a general awareness around you as you tinker with Tim Tam on the table by the fireplace. It's hard to hear much outside the window with the rain and the storm and the wind. So, as far as you're aware, nothing happens. Your shift comes up pretty easily, and you can wake up whoever has second shift.
Yo.
Go over to Teo. Or wait.
No, that's Teo. Yeah, sorry, I got
Yeah.
3rd.
Yeah, Teo. Hey, man.
Okay. Cheese rolls. What? Huh? Oh, the turn. Okay.
Have a ration.
And I guess I just tinker and make some jewelry while I'm standing watch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else you want to do on your watch? Otherwise, roll perception.
Perception. Okay, let's see. Dude, that's a 30-20.
30-20. All right. You are tinkering with your jewelry, keeping a general watch, listening to the storm rage outside, and there's a crash of thunder that causes you to look out the window, followed by that lightning, and you swear, for a brief moment, there is a face of something spindly staring at you from the window, but the lightning flashes and it's gone just as quickly as you blink and rub your eyes, and there's nothing in the window.
I think Teo makes a motion his parents taught him to ward off evil and does it toward the door, but it's a very a family thing. He doesn't know if there's any actual significance to it, but he does it just in case.
All right.
Then I guess I go wake up Zyler, and I let Zyler know what I saw.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say, like, is that something?
Nice.
Because that gives me something to focus on a bit more than just listening for the howls of the creatures and kind of just trying to get the
So
vibe
far,
of
there
it.
have been no howls of the creatures. By the way, it's just been the storm outside.
Okay.
All right.
Guys,
You're gonna wake me up?
Yeah.
Spiders from Mars. Okay. My turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was this. I swore I saw for just a second. There was this really creepy, spindly thing right outside the window.
Just
I looked
right
around. It
outside?
seemed to have been gone. Like the lightning flashed and it was there, and then it was gone.
Okay, thank you. I'll keep an eye out. And
And he just
then
face plant back into the bed.
Just like, and
back to those cheese rolls.
Alright.
Perception check.
Yeah.
The 12 plus 3, 15.
anything you know want to be working on too?
I'm
Anything you
like
do is-
hard focusing to see if I can hear the howls because that kind of piqued my interest out in the forest, but also to see if there's any spindly thing with flashes.
Right. You with your hyper focus on there. You look around and you watch, and there's flashes of lightning, but you don't see any spindly things. And the only other sound you hear is like the groaning of a wooden house in a storm.
Okay.
Wind lashing it, the rain, the hail. Nothing else out of the ordinary.
All right. If nothing happens during my watch, I will complete that and go wake up Persephone.
As I wake up, I kind of feel like this little water droplets because I got scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, like little water droplets at Xyler on accident, not on purpose.
Your turn.
Oh.
You're good.
Okay. Okay. During my turn,
I pass along the information. Teo saw spindles.
Okay.
I didn't see a spindly thing. I haven't heard any howls,
Okay.
but
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna practice Gnomish. I'd be attempting to read my book. And I rolled a 14.
14.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The final shift of the watch is kind of that quiet before dawn. That, when the night is the darkest, and the things get the creepiest. As you are studying your gnomish and keeping an eye out, listening, you hear a slight scratching, scuffling sound by the door.
Who's closest, Jamie?
I'd say everyone's like within a close enough range where you can.
All right. Well, whoever wants to be, I hit whoever is beside me to wake them up. Whoever
I just like
deal with-
startle awake.
I think,
I'm
you
just
can
like,
wake me up if need be.
Okay.
You
And I'm
startle
like, "There's
Elodie up.
something-" And I whisper, like yell, and I go, "There's something at the door."
drowning. What?
There's
Oh,
something
okay.
at the door. It's not. I'm not using water right now. There's something at the door.
Elodie goes and opens the door, like nonchalantly. Her first watch was easy peasy or great. So she just goes up and opens the door and looks around.
There's nothing on the other side of the door.
Kind of steps to the side and shows everybody.
I heard the sound like there was scratching and shuffling at the door.
I want to inspect the other side of the door.
There's no scratch marks.
Nothing.
I swear, I'm not lying.
Not saying you are. I'm just looking, seeing if they left any mark. Doesn't look like they really wanted to leave a trace of themselves, so I just kind of step back in and shut the door.
You shut the door, and there's another flash of lightning, and Persephone. Elodine's her back is to the door. She's looking at you, and you look up at Flash, and you see something perched in the top corner of the room, watching you.
Does that scream wake us all up?
Yeah, that'll wake everyone up. I put the picture of the creature in the chat.
Oh Lord!
Oh no!
Jesus,
It's like a water-looking creature.
It's like Spider-Man. It has the starfish-like hands are suckered to the ceiling wall, and it looks at you, and it opens its maw, and it's just a circle of razor-sharp teeth as it lets out another one of those loud, keening howls, and we will end session there.
Oh no! Oh my gosh!
Jesus! So I was completely off base with what I were gonna run into. Like vampires, howling, no werewolves.
19 on initiative. Damn, this thing's creepy. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. There's a lot of nasty things.
Oh
like,
yeah.
This is perfect for a horror monster.
This reminds me of there's an H.P. Lovecraft story with this, right? Like squid-like beings in his town.
The way this has gone has felt like an H.P. Lovecraft thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm playing Mansions of Madness right now.
James, are you able to put a picture of the image creature on there as we close
Ooh,
out?
Yeah, let me copy this.
Yes. But no, a lot of the theming, if you haven't already picked up on it, is Eldritch. Is that kind of cosmic horror.
As James puts it up, I'm gonna describe this guy as best as I can. Long arms. If you take spiky squid-like hands,
instead of octopus or squid puncture, like the little suction cup thingies, they're just teeth.
He has a 20 head.
A 20 head, yeah. And really good birthing hips.
They're jutting from his back,
really
which doesn't seem that
out.
comfortable.
It's really funny. After this little arc, I'll show you guys what this sheet is. It's gonna be so funny when you say birthing hips and what one of its features is.
Oh
Is it an
no.
eggs?
No, it's nothing like that. It's just really funny, just the thought of that.
Hang on, I'm almost ready for it. You guys. Sorry. You get yes for a one thing very last minute.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good.
Let's see.
I couldn't share it to you early because I wanted to give the reveal.
Yeah.
The horror sting.
I hope my scream was exactly what you wanted.
Exactly.
He doesn't seem to have any what's it called? Like an elbow or anything like that. It's all just like tentacles that just bend.
It's the rubber hose man.
Oh,
Yeah, basically.
Sorry, I have to uncrop it. That's why. Placing it properly. There. And merging up. This thing.
Yep, that guy.
Creepy.
Jesus.
That's what scared me.
Yeah.
Yup. The
That's
creatures.
why
I want to know if those
Crazy.
teeth are on his feet too.
You could assume.
I want him dead.
We will do our best.
Yeah, we need to kill it fast. I should have said something earlier when I saw that.
I straight up just let this thing into our room.
Yeah.
I
Open the door.
I wake her up and I'm just like, I hear something, there's something at the door, thinking, okay, we'll get other people. Nope, just there's nothing, see?
To be fair, I was the first one to see it and didn't do anything. I was just like, okay, next watch.
Oh my gosh, is Richter okay downstairs?
Yeah, oh god, I hope he's okay.
We gotta figure that out, yeah.
Oh my gosh, if he's dead,
Is
the
this
town's
him?
gonna kill us.
All right.
Oh god.
Well, with that, that is the end of episode 7. Thank you, everyone who came out and hung out and said hi and all those fun things as we delve into the next arc of the story and the horrors that lay within. As always, I am your Dungeon Master, Zalora. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zalora. That is 3 A's at the end. I stream whenever I feel like it. I'm going to send it over to Briston.
I drive 5 minutes, and that's really all I use now. I stream usually a couple days a week, but also just kind of when I feel like it. Uzi.
Hi, so I'm again Josie. I am MJ Sparkles on pretty much everything. Go ahead and give me a follow if you can find me. And D, how about you?
Oh, hi. I am D. I am on all social media platforms as D Major Queer, as I'm typing that right now. There we go. Yeah, I'm on all socials like that. I stopped streaming for a little bit, but things are a bit more stable here, so I'm going to try and stream some more now. And yeah, James.
Hey, what's up? You can find me at Evil Superpowers on most all things. Don't look for me. Don't follow me. You don't have to. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Don't perceive.
Yeah, don't perceive me. If you want to, you're fine. You can do that. That's perfectly great. Yeah. Who else? We have Jace. They're not here today. So yeah.
They don't use social media anyway, so it works out.
Very true.
Definitely don't look for them.
Do not perceive them at all.
Do not perceive them. Do not perceive our biblically accurate medic.
Yes.
All right.
We would appreciate.
Well, we're gonna take you guys and we're gonna go raid out to a friend. Stay good, stay safe, stay warm. We are not streaming again on the 1st. We will be streaming again on the 8th. We will be an hour early instead of 2 hours early, so that would be 12 p.m. Eastern, or however that shakes out for your times. All right, everyone. That's all I got. Remember, the horrors of the night are blocked by a door.
Yeah. Barely.
Barely until you open the door.
Unless you open that door and you let the thing in, and then that's a problem.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Stay good.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.